who are we becoming? That's like the next question. So this is it. This is the end of the 40s. We have come to the end of the road, right? We are staring down the barrel of 50. Welcome to In the Know with KO. I'm your host, Kristen Adams. And today, it's my birthday. Yeah, I am not afraid to say it is my birthday. It is my 49th year of life. And what better way to reflect on the last 48 years of my life than with my BFF, who's been here for all of it, knows all the secrets and where the bodies are buried. Denise, hello.
Hi.
So thank you, listeners, for all the episodes that you've been participating in. And I hope today is going to be lots of fun and just kind of an easy breezy, where have I been for the last 48 years? So quick note about my best friend, Denise. So we've been friends literally since like kindergarten, first grade, something like that, well over 40 years. And our moms were best friends and her sisters, and she kind of like adopted me into their family. And I'm the taller brunette of the family. Tallest. Yes, I am actually the tallest. Okay, thank you for that. And so I love our friendship because you are the keep it real friend. You are the tell it like it is, no questions asked. I'm going to show up for you. This is how we're going to do it. Let's get it done. Always been there for me, whether I deserved it or not, friend. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I mean, I think that's important to note. And we have so many fun traditions, too, that we get to share, like the Mother's Day brunch with your mom and sisters. I think we even have a little pic we can show. We have like so many fun things that we do all together. Hitting the casino. Look at us having so much fun. Like the look of surprise. And I think you said it best. I had the look of what? What was my look?
Disapproval.
Okay, so I just want to make a quick toast for my birthday with my best friend to laughing until we cry and crying until we laugh.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing all of them with me. I appreciate that. So, as most of you know, whether you watch or listen, I like to start with a little bit of what we know as rapid fire. It's kind of a this or that, okay?
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Well, you're going to do it anyways. It's my birthday. You don't get to choose.
You already know all the answers.
I don't. Well, you know what? So maybe I don't know what you're going to choose in a this or that moment.
Okay, I'm going to lie. Let's go.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right, ready? Botox or bounce?
What is bounce?
Let it bounce, or do you want to put the Botox in?
No Botox.
Okay. So we're going with bounce.
I guess.
Bounce is
I don't
only
like that.
2 words of a choice here. Okay.
More like anti-gravity is kind of what I'm going with.
I know gravity sucks. Okay. Heels or house slippers?
House slippers or flip-flops?
Okay. We'll go with flip-flops.
I don't have slippers, so let's just...
She's making up her own
Flip-flops.
answers now. Okay. There we go. Okay. Girls' night in or solo spa day?
Girls' night in.
Excellent. I would obviously be invited. Messy bun or blowout?
A messy bun.
Oh, see, that one did surprise me a little bit.
Really?
Because your buns are never messy.
Right, but I also never have a blowout.
But your hair looks blown out right now.
It's not.
Okay. Speak your truth or hold your peace?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? How do you do both? You
Well,
can't. You can't do both. You have to choose. You have to choose one. You have to like one answer more than the other.
What was the second one about the peace?
Speak your truth or hold your peace.
Peace.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to say that. Okay, this one's the most important out of all of them. Chips Ahoy or Oreos?
Oreos.
I can't believe you had to even think about that. It's like we're not even friends.
I was torn because I really like chocolate chip cookies, but I don't really like Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies.
That's exactly what the answer was. I knew. See, you're right. I definitely would have known that was the answer. If somebody would have said fill in the blank and given me the opportunity to like put a whole sentence there, I definitely would have said, well, she really loves chocolate chip cookies, but if she had to choose, she would choose the Oreos because we have history with the Oreo cookies. We won't get into that.
Yes.
So, thinking about my 48th year, I have a feeling that you've probably gone through some similar things because we're the same age. I'm actually 2 months older, which is interesting. What surprised you the most about just this past year? Anything in particular?
Besides menopause?
Oh, like listen, menopause, perimenopause, like that's like a Yeah, that's a whole other level.
What
right
surprised
there.
you about this year, specifically just this year?
I found another chin. I mean,
yeah?
that surprised me this year.
Yeah.
That was like, whoa, surprise. Hi, guess what? Angles matter. If anyone photographs me from anywhere but like a certain angle, I'm like, oh my God, why did they hate me?
Yeah, I don't like to see pictures of myself. It's terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd say the biggest thing in the last year is that, like, once you go through menopause and perimenopause, collagen just decides it has left your body and your skin has decided to give up.
Yes.
And it doesn't want to fight gravity anymore, and it's the worst.
Collagen pulls the Elvis. It has left
Terrible.
the building. Yeah. No,
Like
you're
my
right.
skin and everything, I'm just like, what is happening?
And I'm dry. I'm always dry. Like I always feel like I'm like scaly. I'm like I can literally pour olive oil over my body and I'm still dry. Like I can like write my name in my skin, right?
Yeah, I definitely took it for granted when I thought I had like oily skin as a kid. No, you're just glowing, and I'm like, I hate it. Give me more powder.
You always had a compact.
Yeah, I don't want to be shiny.
No, Denise always had the little compact, and she always had her perfectly clear complexion. I'm like, oh man, like I never had the compact like that. Yeah, I think finding another chin and camera angles mattered. So for me, that's what I've noticed in this last year. And it's not a vanity thing. It's not like I'm trying to look like I'm 20. I accept the fact that I'm turning 49 today. However, I don't accept the fact that I look hideous and I have additional chins because I'm not, I don't look at myself and go, oh, I'm so fat. Like I'm not fishing for compliments here. I'm like literally just like, why? Why do people not like us enough to take a decent picture? That's just annoying. Yeah. And actually your sister, her younger sister, Shelby, taught me the importance of how to edit my photos. So I like increased the lighting and moved yes.
Yeah, she's very pushy and savvy.
Pushy is
that whole
Did you
thing.
hear that, Shelby? There you go.
Yeah.
So what 48 taught me that 28 never could have imagined was actually survival. So for me, and this is not a downer moment, this is a motivational moment of encouragement for anyone that's lost a loved one or a parent. So like I started my 40s with both of my parents and even my grandma, and ending my 40s now without either of them. Now, in my 20s, at 28, if you would have been like, oh, by the time you're 48, this is what it's going to be like, I would have been like, oh my gosh, there's no way I could handle that. But I did. And I did because I had amazing support. You and your sisters and your mom were just so much a part of that. And I think I even have a screenshot of our FaceTime happy hour during COVID. I remember very clearly. Yeah. There we are. That's me in the very, very bottom, and then Jill, and then I see Shelby in the middle, and then there you are on top. Everyone's got a glass of wine, and we're sharing because
it's only like 10 a.m. Crazy, right?
Hey, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, losers. But yeah, I mean, you guys always showed up for me, even when we couldn't physically be together. You guys show up for me, and I think that
of course
that's definitely what has maintained our friendship in so many different ways, and for each other. I mean, your sisters and your mom have gone through things, and we've all circulated that love around. And
I think that's the benefit of having lifelong friendships, is because those are the people that know you the best. Accept you, and they've seen your progress and the ups and downs, and you're growing up and you're turning into adults, and you're going through school and college and jobs and babies. So, and it's hard to make new friends because you don't want to have to try to explain to them your entire history.
Nope, no new friends
for
here.
them to really get you. So it's nice to have those lifelong friendships.
I agree. I often find, I do have some newer friends that I've met like in my neighborhood or through like playing tennis.
I feel like you're really good at making new friends and just joining things, and you like that camaraderie.
But my comfort zone is my people.
Yeah.
And I will never forget actually the very first Mother's Day that I had without my mom. When we started that tradition of getting together and having brunch, I think we have a really fun picture of us actually standing at the beach all together. I remember you guys gave me the most beautiful necklace, and I'm actually wearing it. I'm wearing it right now. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to, but here it is. I'm like, which way am I leaning? It says, on one side, it says, Anam Kana, And on the other side, it says Casey's sister because that's their last name. And so the Anamkara means soul sister. So it was just over the years of relationships and love and support, I officially became a Casey sister that day. So I really cherish this, and I cherish the relationship. Obviously, it's not just about the jewelry, but like showing up for each other is amazing. But I also love how we can always be like unapologetically ourselves.
100%.
Whether it's you and me, either of your sisters, with your mom. I love that about us. I think you're right. And it's so hard to find that in a new person because whether they know you or they're getting to know you, even if I have a little bit of that, definitely not the same.
Right. Yeah. Because if they don't know you and you say something off brand, like they don't know where that comes from, they might be offended or then they judge you.
Yes.
But, when you have people that you've known this long.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Everything is forgivable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I look at the last decade, okay? So I look at like my 40s in general. And one of the things I'm proud of, and this is not a judgment to anyone that participates, but one of the things I'm proud of is I've never done Botox. Never done it.
Well, you should.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I'm gonna drink on that one. Thanks.
Well,
thanks for
true
that.
friends tell the truth.
We're gonna sip our way through. We're sipping our way through. You know what? But if you do and it makes you happy, go right ahead. Honestly, I'm too afraid because I would be the jerk that has an allergic reaction and then I walk around looking like the freaking elephant man. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have like a giant lump on my face or some stupid.
And once you start, don't you have to like keep up with it?
You do. And I don't have time for any more maintenance. Quite honestly. I mean, I'm absolutely.
You have too many commitments already.
Yes, I do. You're right. You're right. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah. And so you don't need it.
Well, why haven't you gotten it then?
Probably because I can't afford it.
That's
a whole nother story.
So I'll get you a gift certificate for your birthday.
No, I wouldn't do it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not vain, and I feel like it's just I wouldn't indulge in it.
Yeah. Well, I think you're beautiful. I mean, everybody that sees you says that. I mean, so that goes without saying. And you know what? You're right. It's another thing to have to maintain. And I feel like it's kind of I don't want to say it's phasing out, but I think that a lot of people are realizing that like, genetically, we're going to be what we're going to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how I see it.
Well, I'm going to be identical to my mother, as you know.
Yes, thank my ex-husband for that epiphany.
Mm-hmm. And everyone else I meet.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But you know what? As I've gotten older, that's another thing that I really love now. Like when people say to me, like if they see a picture of my mom and I, they're like, wow, you guys really look so much alike. Or I say things, I'm like, oh my gosh, I sound like my mom. I used to get irritated by that, like, oh my gosh, I sound like my mother. Now I'm like, oh, I sound like my mother. Oh, like it's a different, totally different perspective. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think one of the things about aging that has gotten me to stop caring is embarrassment or what other people think. Mm-hmm. I used to really care about that, right? And I caught something actually that literally happened this morning that probably would have mortified me 10, 15, 20 years ago, that today I was like, chalk it up. I had a crossbody bag on, and my little guy who's in 4th grade asked me to walk him into class because they have walk-in Wednesdays in elementary school. I was like, all right, sure, buddy. Sounds great. And I was wearing a top like what you have on, actually. It was like a tank top and jeans and flip-flops, and I had my little crossbody bag on. Well, what I didn't realize was the whole back of my shirt wasn't tucked in the way that I thought it was when I left the house, and it was literally like scrunched up like underneath the bag. So like my muffin top is clearly showing to everybody in the parking lot. The top of my back tattoo can probably be seen. Like I'm literally like showing everything to everybody. And I'm just walking through the parking lot. Like I'm not thinking about anything. And I'm thinking, I got in the car and I was like, oh, wow, I wonder how many people I know just watched me waltz through the parking lot with my shirt tucked up under my bag. Right now, I don't care. Now I'm like, that's awesome.
I had somebody last week guess my age, and he's like, 52. And I'm like, get out of my face.
Did you punch him right in the throat? That's exactly what he deserves for saying that.
How many drinks have you had?
Like, he's obviously visually impaired. I mean, and then honestly, when it comes to that game, first of all, I hate that game. Guess my weight, guess my age. I don't like you. If you're that person, don't talk to me because I don't want to guess that game. I don't want to play that game. But go in lower.
Yeah.
Be like, I don't know, 34, 35. Like,
well, I was hanging out with my employee and she's 30. So I was like, I got 20 years on this girl. And she looks really young. So he was mainly talking to her.
oh, well, I get, okay.
Yeah.
I could understand
So-
if you're like literally standing right next to another person who
Yeah.
is that much younger.
I was
but
so offended. I'm like, 52?
52, yeah.
Wow.
Smack that guy right upside the head. I think the best mindset shift that I've had is giving grace to people, including myself, and definitely choosing joy and laughter, like above all else. Like, I think, I mean, there's even times when I'm like, I just want to watch a TV show that's like completely like brainless, you know? Like, I actually started watching a show on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Younger. Have you seen
No,
this?
I haven't seen it.
Holy cow, hysterical. So that's relatable in many ways for both of us. So this woman she turns 40, finds out her husband's cheating on her. We didn't have that problem, but she's a single mom and she's trying to go back to work after she's been raising her daughter for 15 years. And no one will hire her because she's 40. They're like, well, where have you been for the last 15 years? Well, you don't really have anything impressive on your resume.
Right.
So she leaves. Her friend kind of helps fluff her up a little bit, polish her up, and she goes back and applies as a 26-year-old, lands the job, gets everything that she's wanted as a 26-year-old. And she's adorable and she's so super funny. She's kind of quirky and she like gets this, cute boyfriend and she's like living her best life. And people eventually start to find out, and it's fun to see like how the story unfolds. But I'm thinking, gosh, that could have been me. Like, man, I'm glad that I did not have to go back to the hotel business, but I'm like, man, if I did, it would be I'm not what I was, even though I feel like it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we feel like we're in our 20s. Like to me, 20 years ago was 1980. Right?
Absolutely.
Like if you say 20 years ago to me, I'm like, that was definitely 1980.
Yeah.
We were choreographing dance routines in your living room. We were, doing all that. Like in my mind, I'm still in my 20s. You know what I mean? And then I try and do a cartwheel and I'm like, yep, I'm 48.
Oh, I know. Jump off a curb. Forget about it.
Good
I
Lord.
can't even cross the street without feeling paranoid.
Threw my back out last week. What did you do? I put my shoes on. Like,
I know.
what?
It really is the worst. It is. It's. And your parents used to always tell you, "Oh, just you wait.
Oh,
just
yeah.
you wait." I mean, they
Yeah.
never gave any details.
No.
It was just you wait. And of course, you don't want to hear what the details are.
They
and
could
then when
have
you
written it
get-
down.
When you get to that age, you're like,
Yes.
"How come nobody told me?"
They could have warned us.
Yeah.
They definitely
We
could
didn't
have
want to
warned
hear
us.
it. We didn't want to hear it. We rolled
No.
our eyes and went about our day.
I'm like, oh, you're so old. But now I'm so old. That
Yeah.
stinks. But I'm like, okay. So I think, I don't know about you, but for me, music is still very much a go-to as far as like resetting my mood and getting things right. And the 80s is definitely a go-to. The 90s is like right behind it. Do you gravitate towards like either of those genres or do you go current?
I mean, not current like what the kids are listening to, that
Oh,
nonsense.
these
Like,
kids
I
these
can't.
days.
The kids these days. Yeah, no, the last couple of years I've been listening to country and I've never been a fan of country.
Oh, I'm very excited
It was
right
the
now.
last few years that I just could not listen to the radio what the kids are listening to, and then I don't like, the Beatles, like super old. Like that doesn't like make me feel good. That's not the kind of music I want to listen to.
Yeah,
So,
the classics.
yeah, I mean, I like classic rock, but in the car, it's usually just country, just something easy listening.
Sure.
No bass involved.
No bass
which
involved.
is nice.
Yeah, my husband would disagree. He still wants to boom, boom the whole car.
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
like,
I can't.
oh my gosh.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I need something
yeah.
like a little calmer.
So, very funny story. A couple years ago, I was driving somewhere with the kids in the car, and we're constantly changing the station, especially if I have more than two of them in the car. Forget it. Nobody can agree on what they want to listen to, and eventually I'm like, "Hi, it's my car. I'm gonna listen to what I want." So I put on something. It was probably from the '90s. That's usually my go-to. I have some country mixed in, but I definitely went with something in the '90s, and the DJ that was on the station that I chose introduced this song as classic rock. You ready for this? You had the nerve to put on Bon Jovi. I about drove the car off the road. Bon Jovi is now considered classic rock. Well, that's because Bon Jovi's old.
He is old.
That means we're old. Oh my God. What does it die? Right then and there. Of course, the kids are hysterical. They're like, what is this crap? This is trash. I don't want to listen to this. I was like, just put on what you want. I was like, at that point, I was like so upset. I'm like, I don't even care anymore.
Like I could listen to that music, Stevie Nicks, like that kind of stuff anytime, anywhere.
Absolutely. And I love that. Like to me, that's my go-to. I have my go-to outfit, which is like literally what I'm wearing now. It's like a comfortable t-shirt or sweatshirt, jeans, sneakers. I don't know about you. I secretly love that we live in a society in South Florida where flip-flops are always acceptable and jeans with sneakers is now considered dressy. Mm-hmm. Cheers to sneakers being dressy. So as we continue to talk about things that we are embracing and things that we are letting go of, I'm embracing clean eating and I'm leaving behind excuses. Because I don't know about you, but I've literally said probably 100 times this past year, I'm going to start working out.
I know. Nap gym. It's always nap.
And my workout has literally become house cleaning and chores, but doing it really quickly. Because I'm like, if I move really fast through the house and I do stuff at a faster pace, or maybe I'm like, maybe I'll buy some ankle weights. Maybe I'll do my chores with ankle weights on. And I'm like, no.
And like every day rushing around used to be enough in your 30s.
Right.
Now that you're 40, it's like, I don't know what you have to do. I haven't done it yet.
I'm pretty sure that my collagen and my metabolism left my body and they are on a vacation in Fiji. Because
they're not coming back.
They're never coming back. It was a one-way ticket.
Yeah. Like I get why like people are unmotivated and you're tired. Like you just can't.
Yep.
Working all day, raising kids. I don't cook, but people like you cook and take care of your family through healthy nutrition. I don't do any of that. I don't do that part.
How do you nourish yourself then if you're not cooking?
I don't cook. I'm terrible.
So you're doing takeout?
Yeah, buy a salad.
Buy a salad. I need like rice or pasta.
No, I don't eat rice or pasta.
Hence the reason my metabolism's jacked up. Hold on while I sip this wine.
Yeah, no. I need like an energy drink to get through the day. And then after working all day, like I need a good meal. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
that's it. I don't know. Food's not really, I'm not a big foodie. I just like eat to live, unless it's sweets, of course. And that's definitely my downfall. But no, I don't really care about food that much.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you at least appreciate my food and my cooking, and I thank you
Of
for that.
course, you're Italian. And I love Italian food. I mean, I was married to an Italian, so every Sunday was eating pasta. I never knew there were so many pastas, for real. I was like, what kind of sauce is this? I just thought everything was the same.
Okay, so I have to ask you a question then on the subject of pasta. For anybody in my family that is listening, you're going to start laughing because we've had this conversation around the dinner table multiple times. Do you think different pasta has a different taste, or do you think all pasta tastes exactly the same? Like, do you think spaghetti and linguine taste different than ziti or rigatoni? Like, do you think that there's a difference?
I want to say it has a difference, but I think it's texture. I don't know if it's taste. Because when you have sauce all over it, are you really tasting the pasta? I think it's texture.
True.
Like, I don't like gnocchis. I don't like that texture. It's like too thick.
Well, that's because it's all potato. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that consistency though. Right. So I don't really like rigatoni, like the proportions with the sauce compared to the amount of pasta, like it have even.
That's true. That's like a Sunday dish. That's like the Sunday traditional with the rigatoni. Okay, well that at least leads to why.
Cavatelli is a little thicker.
Yes.
I don't like that as much.
Yeah. See, so there is a difference. Thank you for validating. And if my children are listening, I'm going to make sure you listen.
Yeah.
And
well, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
That's exactly what you're here for, to validate what I'm telling you, because it's my birthday. It's my birthday, and I'm gonna be right about my pasta. Okay, so yeah. Speaking of being right, I mean, I have to laugh at myself on a regular basis, but things only a 49-year-old would understand. Where do we begin? Okay, so we mentioned perimenopause earlier, right? But how about brain fog? So it's funny because I can listen to one of those songs from the 80s and I can sing every word to it, but I can't tell you why I left the kitchen to walk into the living room. Like,
well, I think you're on autopilot when you're doing mundane things like that. You know,
Probably.
you're not actively thinking of like, I have to go and do this and like reminding yourself.
that's true. That is true.
And I think it's this, what is it, like muscle memory? Like for music, it's the same thing for your brain.
Muscle memory? No, I don't have muscle memory. My muscles have Alzheimer's.
Your brain that has muscle memory for music.
Muscle memory. That's hysterical. Do you know how hard I have to work at like lunges or squats? And my husband,
my muscles remember I don't like doing this.
yeah, my muscles are like, what are you, crazy? Yes, you're right. You are right.
Oh, how about flexibility though? Like we used to be so flexible. I'm telling you, I think I went to go do like something, lift my leg for some reason. I'm like, wow, it really feels high. I look back, it wasn't even 90 degrees. I'm like, wow, this is horrible.
Wait, remember when we went on the retreat together and we did the yoga?
Yeah.
Right? So we went on a wellness retreat a few months back and it was really fun.
It was.
It was a nice, unplug from everyday crazy busy stuff. And there was a lot of relaxing, delicious food. There was a
It was nice.
private chef that was there. And we did yoga, and I felt that way. I mean, I felt like, what happened to my flexibility? Like, why can I not like touch my toes? You know, like what happened?
Well, I did feel like it could have been a little bit more advanced. It was, with like all the other things that we were doing, the meditating and stuff. Like, I feel like we could have handled a little bit more advanced yoga poses and stuff.
I don't know. My body was grateful that I didn't advance it further. And I also want to point out, after we did that class, I bought a much thicker yoga mat.
So funny.
My body was not
So you
happy.
do yoga on the side, just at home, just for fun? You get out the mat, the thick one, and you do yoga?
I took the tags off of the mat.
Okay. Okay.
That
counts.
I haven't actually done yoga. I do use the mat for stretching because
Scrubbing the floors?
No, we don't use it for scrubbing the floors. I use it for stretching before I play tennis or pickleball so that I don't have an old lady injury. Yeah.
So are you sitting on the floor stretching? Is that why you need it?
Yeah. Yeah. I need to do more intense stretching. Like the classic warm up that we do like before we play is not enough. So I do like different stretch my hips, my knees, and my legs and my back, and so.
Makes sense.
I do use it. I definitely do use it. I mean, the other thing.
So it's a tennis mat.
It's basically a tennis mat now. Yeah, I think
Got
it's
it.
not. I haven't done any yoga with my yoga mat. Why do I even call it a yoga mat? It's an exercise mat, but I'm not exercising with it either.
It's a stretching mat.
It's a stretching mat. Oh man! See, there's marketing. There's a marketing idea. Great thought, Denise.
Stretching
Great.
mats, way thicker.
Stretching mats, thicker stretching mats. Because there was a couple of times they had us in like different parts of that location, and the floor was like super hard.
Yes.
And I was
it
like,
was so cold outside, we had to do it inside.
oh yeah, that's right. They moved us
That's
inside.
why.
And it was nice, but I'm like, my bones, like there were certain poses with the yoga that my body was like, okay, your knee is not going to dig into this concrete floor and feel good. Like this is not a pleasant scene. And our yoga instructor was awesome. She did such a great job of like walking us through everything. And I was like, all right, well,
great.
yeah, she was really cool. We should find some more yoga classes.
Nah.
No? I got a really good yoga mat.
So do I. You gave it to me. And it looks beautiful rolled up.
It's
a great accessory.
It's rolled up perfectly in the corner.
It is.
So I think in addition to stretching and useless yoga mats, how about useless products? Because I don't know about you, but I have found that expensive products are just expensive products. They don't change anything. I have probably purchased 10 different eye creams, neck creams.
I'm a sucker for that stuff too.
It doesn't.
Nothing
Any of
works.
it doesn't work.
Nothing.
I mean, just wash. My grandmother always told me, and now, you remember my grandma lived to 95. She was so beautiful. She looked younger than she was, always. No one believed she was her age. She always had men that were like 20, sometimes even 30 years younger than her wanting to date her. It was hysterical. Yeah.
Gene.
I know. Trust me. So, I think it was the ballroom dancing. I think that drew them in. But she would always say, just wash your face and use a moisturizer.
Wash your face with what? Anything in particular?
You know what she used to use? She used to use, for many years, she used Noxzema. There's a word that...
I love the smell of that stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
It worked well to wash your face or put on your skin after a sunburn because it had a cooling...
Cher used to walk around just like with Noxzema caked on her face all the time because she didn't want to get sun damage?
Probably.
You don't remember that?
And look at her now. None of her skin is her own anymore. I mean,
No.
She's a
Is she in Face Off?
She's like a walking science experiment.
I think she does Botox.
So maybe just a little, you know. And Madonna, I mean, that's another topic. Holy moly. Like Madonna used to be like so beautiful and sexy, and she was
with her regular features.
Right.
She didn't need any work.
She didn't need anything. And now I just saw something earlier today. I was at an appointment with my younger son and I was waiting. So I was scrolling, doing the scroll, probably why I have that neck. And so I saw a thing with Madonna at the Met Gala recently.
I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh. I highly encourage anybody watching, if you feel bad about yourself, look this up because you're going to immediately be like, oh my gosh, I am gorgeous and I am beautiful and Madonna is a wacko. I don't know what happened to her.
Yeah, I just wish she would tell us, like, why. You know, what is the reason that she's going to those extremes? Because she's totally changing.
I know.
You know, her iconic look.
She was so cool. Like I used to spend like I used to put so much crap in my hair, and I remember like dressing like the Material Girl era. Like I remember all of that. I mean, I'm fairly confident some of the accessories came out of your older sister's closet.
Probably all those gummy bracelets.
Oh yeah, those
neon and black ones.
It was the belts.
Jill, definitely the belts.
Shout out to Jill.
100% the belts.
Shout out to Jill. Man, we used to sit back and wait for you to leave the house so we can raid your closet.
Oh yeah.
Man, she had the coolest belts.
She did.
For sure. If we weren't busy rearranging furniture and organizing a closet, because by the way, my best friend is a professional organizer. She started at a young age.
People always ask me, like, oh, you know, have you always done this? How'd you get into it? I'm
yes.
Like, well, yeah. I used to have my friend come over and we'd move the bed from the other side of the room because I had to share it with Shelby, and then I'd switch closets, and I'd organize the house.
100%. Yeah. I used to love that though, actually. I love organizing, and anybody that knows me knows I love it as well. But I always love when you come over because then I'm like, hey, look, this is what I'm thinking about. And I'm like showing you all the stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, I actually didn't like doing things socially because it would like consume me if I'd go to people's houses and I would just be obsessed about like, oh my God, that picture on the wall is not straight, or the furniture is wrong. Like it doesn't make sense. Do you think they would mind if like I asked them if they want to move the couch? You know? So then I started drinking at social functions, so I don't do that.
Thank you so much for having me over. Can we rearrange your house?
Have you ever thought about maybe putting the chair like in that corner?
Yeah.
Just a thought, you know.
But what a cool job that this has turned into. Like, I mean, like your lifetime passion, God-given talent. I mean, you've always had this gift of organizing spaces, not just closets, but organizing spaces, rooms, whole houses, to the point that you literally get flown to different states all over the country because your clients are like, she is the best. That's how cool is that?
I know, it's really cool. It is. I mean, I'm really grateful to have this job and to be able to do it and support myself. So it's amazing. And I get so much satisfaction from it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard work mentally and physically, but I feel good. You know, I feel so productive.
Yeah. And now you've got a crew of people who help you. I mean, the before and after photos are like so much fun.
Well, I'm terrible with the social media. Like I don't really post a lot, but
clearly you don't need to. I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm lucky. I don't have to, get business that way, but I am really terrible at it. I should talk to Shelby.
Right. Yeah, there you go. See, there's another shout out for Shelby. Shelby's killing the social media world.
Oh, my God.
No one's surprised. Well, she used to be in the news. She was on TV. So it's like, she kind of had that edge. But I think all three of you.
An overachiever.
Oh,
she's great at it.
Shelby.
Everything she does.
Overachiever. Shelby the overachiever. Okay. Well, I think you and both of your sisters, like all three of you have such a great dynamic, and each of you had such different strengths that you each have carried on into your adult years, that I'm grateful to have that. I admire each one of you for different reasons. So I think that's pretty cool that you've stuck with that, and you know who you are and who are we becoming? That's like the next question. So we're, this is it. This is the end of the 40s. We have come to the end of the road, right? We are staring down the barrel of 50. And that used to sound really old. And now I'm like, oh, that 50's young now. Because like I said, I still think I'm young, like on the inside.
I know. But our parents used to say the same thing. They used to say, oh, but, I still feel like I'm 20. I still feel like I'm 30, and we just roll our eyes and, get so annoyed.
Yep. The only thing I'm trying to do differently than my mom or even my grandmother is not laying on the guilt trips. Oh, the Italian mom guilt trip,
She would do that to you often, you mean?
Oh, yeah. If I didn't.
About what, though?
Oh, my gosh. Perfect example would be like if I didn't talk to my mom or grandmother for a couple or a few days, I would get the phone call.
Oh, you mean after you're out of the house?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, a little bit when I was younger, but it was definitely as an adult. I'd get the phone call of, well, I'm assuming you're still alive because no one's called to tell me otherwise, or sure would be nice to see my grandkids before their next birthday. Right. So glad we live together, or so glad we live in the same town so that I could never see you. Right. Yeah, I know.
Right.
I'm like,
well, luckily, because I have sisters, one of us will always talk to mom. So if mom doesn't talk to me directly, she'll be like, what's Denise been up to?
Oh, man.
What's going on? I saw a post.
Yes.
What's your sister up to? So she'll talk to one of us, and then we'll just fill her in with, oh yeah, she's just working today or whatever.
And I've had a complete shift because it used to be, people, we would go to my mom for stuff, and then we'd go to my grandma for stuff, and I'm the matriarch now of my family, which is crazy to say out loud, but I'm embracing it. I am actually really loving that the kids come to me for advice, and we'll be able to host holidays.
Well, I think you're good at it too. I think you're really good at jumping into that role and being a leader, and
I wouldn't say I'm jumping into that role. I feel like I was kind of thrown.
But you've jumped into it, like you've accepted it, and okay, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it well.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to just go to my room and cry my eyes out.
Correct. I mean, and that, I let the kids know too. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to be there, and that's cool. I'm more present with my family now than I was before. I actually just enjoy being home with them more than going out and doing stuff. We used to love going out. Now I'm like, I don't care.
No, it's nice to be home.
It is nice to be home. It's that sanctuary, and that's what freedom looks like to me now. Saying no without guilt.
Oh yes,
right?
I agree.
Yeah.
But you also feel like you've earned the right to do that, right? You have all these years and experience under your belt that you have no one to answer to.
Correct.
You're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. You don't really care what other people think.
Yeah.
You're just trying to live your life and raise your kids. And be married, and it just doesn't matter.
Because that's hard. That's hard enough. And then, I think also just keeping that circle close. I've learned also that not everyone's going to be happy for you. Mm-hmm. And as much as it stinks, I'm like, I'll put some distance there. I'm going to love you from over here. I wish you the best. I'm not going to allow myself to feel the hurt or to feel the anxiety. I go with what makes me happy and where do I feel that peace. So I think you're right. There's definitely something to be said about just kind of being a little bit more of a homebody and people who want to share that with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that you share that with me, and my dogs even love that you share that.
Well, that's we don't have to go out. It's like, hey, do you want to stop by and see the dogs and have a glass of champagne? Yes. Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to get dressed up and do my hair and deal with people on a Friday and Saturday night trying to get a table, and it's loud and clanging of silverware, and I don't want to deal with any of that. I really don't.
Me neither. And I think, honestly, with that said, let's just say we are going to toast to the next 49 years.
We forgot to talk about the eye doctor.
Oh, the eye doctor. Well, that goes with perimenopause and getting old. I mean, cheers to that. So I'm going to make a birthday wish because I brought a little cupcake here. So I'm going to invite our producer to come in and light the candle for me. Light the candle for me. All right.
We're not singing, are we?
We are definitely not singing because I've heard your voice, and that's why God gave you dancing feet, because I have heard that voice. Yeah. No, I don't have a good voice either. I couldn't carry.
Oh, the worst.
Couldn't carry a tune if it had a handle. So, all right. So I'm going to just make a quick wish here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So with that said, if I could whisper one thing to every woman turning 49 or loving someone who's turning 49, love yourself, give yourself grace. And if you do that, you will have so much margin to give it to other people. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sharing my birthday with me. Happy 49th year. And thank you to my best friend for joining me. Hope you have a great day.